I have given up on production value. Anyway, the funny thing about my videos is that I started making video essay about the time when the first videos about how video essays are dead started popping up. So I've been in a bit of a position, like the more I do it, the more people talk about how it's gone, it's dead, everything sucks, video essays don't make sense anymore, everything's bad. And yeah, I know I haven't released anything in a while, it's been over a year at this point, but you know, I have make a video on my resolutions for this year, and I did not specify what kind of video it's gonna be, so I'm just gonna ramble. Like, I have a bit of an outline, but it's not as heavily scripted as it used to be. I made like 5 videos in my lifetime. Anyway. But yeah, this setup is horrendous. Like, my apartment is getting crazier and crazier, and I do not have the motivation or the creativity to set up a nice filming space. So let's take it somewhere nicer, shall we? Ай, жопа ударилась. A bit of a flying pests issue, so let's not stay long here. Gotta keep walking anyway. So, the thing is, like, why I'm making this video is that lately, in the past couple of months, I think, I've been getting a lot of videos from different creators that I follow and that I don't follow about the death of video essays. Okay, so the fly problem here is so bad that the moment I stop, I get swarmed. So we are doing the good old walk and talk. And in the past couple of months, I've been getting a lot of these videos about how video essays are dead. Everything is bad, the platform is fucked, the medium is fucked, everything's fucked. Or, you know, some people are more positive than that. It's hard. It's hard to walk and talk and film at the same time. So, the thing is, I'm gonna preface this with saying I don't disagree with what people are saying. Well, not everybody, but at least the people that I'm gonna talk about and that I've seen. Like, for example, PhilosophyTube. Very recently the video came out on like under-researching video essays, and you know, how emotion kind of prevails in the attention economy over like actual information and research. And it's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's definitely affecting the medium. Another thing, like this short video, I don't remember the name of the guy, because I cannot get my phone. That would be too many things at the same time. I'm gonna put it on the screen. With the short video, talking about how long video essays are shit. Which, I mean, he makes some points that sometimes the length is a bit inflated to increase watch time and therefore maximize revenue. Which I guess some people are doing that, why not? But also, I don't know, some people just have a lot to say. Like, people are making like documentary feature-length fucking movies here on YouTube. And that's not necessarily bad. Okay. Another thing that I found really interesting was Tom Nicholas's video, where he talks about how it's kind of like a bit of a gamble to make long-form, like well-researched, like carefully produced content on YouTube. because he's always like a couple of months, like his crew is always a couple of months from collapsing if videos don't perform, because it's very expensive to make one, and it's also like very expensive to like pay people to, you know, double check stuff, to sometimes go places, and it's kind of always a risk if it's gonna take off or not with the algorithm, which is also something I don't disagree with, even though I know nothing about this. Like, my videos never take off. Oh, it lost me, it lost me. I'm here. No. So the other thing that I really found interesting, it's not necessarily on video essays specifically, it's more about on content and like informational content on YouTube and on the internet in general, is the latest like exchange between Hank Green and John Green. Oh, I got into them like so late. So the thing that I really liked about what Hank Green had to say is, I love a metaphor. Like, I'm a whore for metaphors. I really liked the metaphor that Hank Green used for his like general overview of informational content on YouTube, which is that information is food, and in our current economy we are not necessarily incentivized to prioritize, wow, that's a fucking sentence. Okay, we are not necessarily incentivized to prioritize quality. Like with food, like the biggest driver is getting money, and the easiest way to get money is to get people to continuously consume more and more and make it more enticing than actually healthy, which again I don't disagree with. But the thing that kind of bugs me about all of this is, and I know why it happens, like the people who are talking about this are somewhat successful like YouTubers, and because they are somewhat successful YouTubers, their videos are like reaching me. I got them on my For You page, like in recommendations. I have them. But they are mostly talking about the same thing, just from different angles, and that is basically the business side of things. And it's not all about business. And I think people, it's reasonable. They are successful. That is their job, and therefore they talk about it from the perspective of business. But that's not the only perspective that there is. And I bet there are other small creators, I hate calling myself that, but I bet there are other people who are not professional YouTubers who are talking about this from the perspective, like from not a business perspective, from like a human perspective, from like a creative perspective. And that's kind of what I want to do today. Now, I'm pretty sure that there are people who have already talked about this, but the thing is that it's kind of, you know, it's a circle. If you're a business person, your videos reach more people, but you talk about business. And if you are not very successful, you're talking about other side of this, but your videos are not reaching anyone. I don't think this is going to reach anyone. I know, like, there are like 5 guys watching. Hey guys, I know all of you by names. And some lovely ladies as well. So, here's that. All right, I'm going to be filming the trail for you people. Okay, so video essays are not just like a business venture, right? The same way, like borrowing again from Hank Green, the same way food is not a business venture. It can be, it often is. It's like a billion, hundreds of billions dollars industry, but it's not just that. It's not all about that. Like, originally we just made food for like our families and communities and stuff. And I want to argue that it's kind of the same with video essays, and kind of declaring these kinds of massive statements about it and calling it, like, you know, annoying or toxic or misinformed or like just financially and like socially unviable to do. There's a crow somewhere. A crow. Hello. So claiming that it is financially unviable, cringy, horrible, unhealthy, whatever, I don't think that is like reasonable. So let's talk about my YouTube channel, because this is what you're here on my YouTube channel. Originally, like I never started, like when I started this YouTube channel a few years ago, it was, what was it, 2022? No, it was 2021 when I first got my workshop. I rented my workshop in the beginning of, no, in the end of 2021. In the fall, I think. Yeah, in the fall. So I started this YouTube channel when I rented my workshop, when I was still doing cosplay commissions full-time, selling them on Etsy, sending them to Europe, to the States. And I wanted this YouTube channel to kind of improve my business. You know, I wanted to have like process, like background, how I make these awesome props and shit. You know, something like akin to Kamui cosplay, ideally. And yeah, those were my first videos. And then February 2022 happened, and a lot of people were worried about me, like people who are watching this were worried about me, and I'm really thankful for all of the help that you guys provided me over the years. It's really, it's nice to have somebody care. And yeah, like having someone like send me, PayPal me a bunch of money, what was very nice. But I also needed to like talk, because that's what you need when you're stressed out. You need to talk. When something is happening in the world, you need to talk. And my first like talking head videos kind of appeared in short succession. I think they were 2 weeks within one another. They are currently unlisted, but if you go to my Discord and ask nicely, they're there. They're not very well composed. I've gotten a bit better at like speaking, especially in English. But yeah, like that's how I made the pivot into talking, into filming myself. So I wanted to talk about how I felt back in 2022 as a queer person, as like a leftist, back in like here in Siberia, when these things were happening and it felt like my world was falling apart around me, which it did. Like I lost my job, I lost a lot of things, I lost a lot of friends over political differences, and I needed to get it out there. And around the same time when I started my YouTube channel, I got into watching video essays, and I really liked them. You know, like I think the first one that really blew me away was like Jacob Geller, which is why I still wanna write and make videos about video games. Because I feel like video games, like through Jacob Geller, I have found that video games are a very nice medium to find a pushing off point that is not too serious, that is not too demanding, and then spin it out into something much bigger. And you know, like I found, like I love video games, and I found them to be like a good foothold for having like a very serious conversation. I think the first video of his that I ever watched was Fear of Cold, which is an awesome video. So I'm gonna come back to, again, to Hank Green's metaphor about food. And a lot of people say that watching video essays is kind of like fast food for your brain, as in they make you feel like you did something smart, like you like researched, like intellectually engaged, but in reality you just listened to somebody talk for 2 hours while you were like cleaning, which is absolutely something that I do. And I agree that they are not as educational, and they do not promote critical thinking as much as the creator would like they do not promote critical thinking as much as the creators would like them to promote it or think that they are promoting it. So, on the other hand, making video essays is also kind of fast food, at least for me. Like, for a long time, oh my god, something in my eye. So for a very long time, like every time I make a video essay, like it takes a long time for me to find time to do it, but it doesn't take that long, you know, unless you're one of the like huge documentary, well-researched types of like content leviathans of like video essay world on YouTube. It really doesn't take that much effort to make a video essay. Like the people that are complaining about this, I mean, they are right, but it takes a lot of effort comparing to doing nothing. But for me, I'm an aspiring long-form writer. Like I want to write like massive novels. I have like 3 that are unfinished, just because it takes so long to write one. Sometimes the person that was supposed to write it is over before the novel is finished. Like I have things that I started like 5 or 6 years ago that I just cannot get back into because I'm just not that person anymore. I just couldn't write the 80,000 words in time. And comparing to like long-form writing or even more complicated mediums like game making, you know, indie gaming, it doesn't take a lot of effort. It doesn't. I'm just gonna be real. Like it can be anywhere from like 2,500 words long to like maybe 10,000 words, and 10,000 words is a lot. And you can write 10,000 words in a week. Like if you know what you want to talk about, which is very easy with video essays because you don't have to pull the whole thing out your ass completely. You have stepping off points. Like this is not like writing plot where you're like revising and revising and revising and inventing and fixing and you have like nothing to borrow from. Well, you could borrow a little bit, but you have to rework it much more. Like you cannot get away with like spending half the video quoting a book that you read, even if you credit it. And yeah, for me, making video essays, I didn't make a lot, but the ones that I made, they helped me feel like I was accomplishing something, that I am writing something, that I'm finishing something, that I am producing something, and it's over. It's done. And yeah, it's kind of creative fast food. Like it's not, it doesn't have the same payoff as like finishing a book or like writing a novel or whatever. I don't know, I am a writer, I can only speak from the writing perspective. It's like, it's pretty much instant gratification. Like it takes 2 weeks, even if you work. It takes about 2 weeks to make a mediocre, like 40-minute, 30-minute, 20-minute essay. It's nothing. Like lately I've been writing anywhere from 1,000 to 1,500 words a day, and I'm getting nowhere with my novel. Like it's gonna take months and months and months of this exact writing schedule to get somewhere. If I was using this writing schedule to work on video essays, which I'm not using it for, because I don't feel like it, I would be done yesterday. Everything that I have planned, everything that I have on my list of like ideas to maybe make video essays of would be fucking finished. And yeah, it's just faster, it's just easier. And I don't think that's a bad thing, because as a creative person, you need to achieve things. You need to get like the art goo out before it consumes you from within. Like you need to get things out. You need to produce things for an array of reasons. Like to prove to yourself that you are capable of following a thing through, even if it's a small thing. If you've kind of been dropping things off, like if you've kind of been like dropping things a lot, it helps to make a video essay. It's a short video, like it can be 20 minutes. But if it's completed, you know that you can complete things. And it helps you get an idea out that doesn't necessarily deserve the like years of effort to produce it. You know, sometimes you just have an idea and you cannot let go of it. Like this is kind of the New Year variety show for me. I just couldn't stop thinking about them. I just couldn't stop obsessing And when I finished it, like, yeah, it took a while, and it's probably one of my most like researched and written and planned videos with like the highest production value, which says a lot about how little of a production value I fucking have. But yeah, I did it. I made the video. It wasn't perfect, but the important thing is that it helped me to let go of this fucking thing. It stopped haunting my fucking dreams, which is important. There is no economic incentive for me to do that. I know I will never make money off YouTube because that's just literally impossible right now in Russia. But like there is a bigger incentive, and that is doing something that will stop like my writing ability and my thinking ability from eating me from inside. And yeah, like it's fast food, but you know, fast food is better than no food. And I think it applies both to consumers and creators. If you make fast food video essays that kind of border on commentary, it's better than doing nothing. It's better than saying nothing. And if you're watching these sort of videos that not necessarily making you smarter, but you engage, you connect, then I don't think that's bad. Like people talk a lot of shit about this, but I don't think it's bad. Well, here we are, guys. Here he is. The old man. Yeah, fuck production quality, she said. Let's go to the deepest lake in the world. The thing with like saying, yeah, like making video essays is fast food, watching video essays or listening to them is also fast food. And you know, with some boomer logic, you can make it this sort of like a moment, oh yeah, this generation. But that's like, if you know anything about like literature and the past, you know that is not the case. So the thing is that creative people have always needed an outlet to kind of ramble on a little bit, or you know, to put like a secondary idea somewhere to just get it out of your system. Like this has always been the case. We have always needed it, and we will continue to need it in the future. If you think about, you know, historical, like classic writers and philosophers, they were writing letters, they were writing articles, they were writing for like magazines and their own publications and things. You know, if you like ever like looked into like full collection of everything like a really well-known writer like Maxim Gorky wrote, you will find not just long form fiction, not just short stories, but you will find like their correspondence, the letters they wrote to their friends, the letters they wrote to their colleagues, the open letters they wrote to like make a statement about something, and articles they wrote just for themselves, for magazines that they ran with their friends, and for magazines that just existed in the world. And that's kind of what video essays are, aren't they? Letters and articles and all of that stuff like that philosophers and writers and scientists even wrote back in the days. This was going on for a very long time, from like the invention of the printing press, even before that even, and until like very recently. Because for a lot of like recorded human history, text was the main medium in which we could preserve our thoughts. We didn't have anything. We didn't find anything else. Like, all right, like a painting would count, but mostly, just this, just text, just words on paper, and that's where everybody put their thoughts. And a lot of people still do. Like me, like myself, is a big fan also of just writing. I have like a journal. I write like short posts, like blog posts in Russian, where nobody can read them. But I do write them like semi-publicly. But the times have changed, because text used to be not just the main medium how we got like our thoughts across, but it was also the main medium how we got like anything. That was the main way we transferred information for the longest time. You want to know something, you go read it in a book. You want to know the news, go read the newspaper, and so on and so on. But I think today, in 2025, we have to admit that that is gone. Not like gone, but it's kind of gone. We moved on, and I think we moved on like within my lifetime. Like with the slow, like gradual shifts of like technology becoming more accessible, and to I don't want to like overstate, but I don't want to understate the importance of unlimited data plans for your phone. Because back in the days, even when we had like, I don't know if the States had it, but when I was a kid, and I was like in middle school and elementary, we had internet. It was the early 2000s, but you would buy like a card in the store with a code, and that code would give you like 30 minutes of the internet, or like 250 megabytes of internet, and that was it. So even with the introduction of the internet, even with all of that, we still kind of consumed a lot of our information with text. We just got the text on the internet now. But now with unlimited data plans, with high-speed data transfers, with like optic fiber internet, like that stuff is important, like wireless things, higher coverage. Like I am in the middle of, I wouldn't say I'm in the middle of nowhere, but I am like here, and I can call my mom if I wanna. I can read the news. I can watch a YouTube video here if I wanna. Well, technically I cannot because I'm in Russia, and I don't have like my DPI on my phone, but you get the idea. No, the flies are still there. At least there's less sun. So, yeah, internet is here. Fast internet, video content available whenever, wherever, however you want. I think you can even watch like videos on your watch if your watch is good enough these days. So yeah, text as the main medium, especially written text, like on paper, as the main medium through which people communicate, is going away. Like, yeah, I know like Gen Z loves texting, but also like my mother doesn't like texting. She's mostly like FaceTiming or whatever it's called. And yeah, like so oftentimes when I communicate with my friends, when I'm like having a conversation instead of texting in Telegram, I send them video messages. I record myself talking to them. And I think that is here to stay. That is just the reality that we live in right now. And it's not going to change anytime soon. So yeah, like video as the default mode of everything is here. That is the default mode of getting you news, the default mode of entertainment. More people watch TV shows and movies and anime than read books now. It is the main medium of advertising. Like my city, and I do not live in like a highly developed place, is full of billboards that are video screens that can play video advertisements. My phone full of video advertisements. I'm so tired of fighting them. And I think these kinds of like letters and articles and think pieces and just, you know, rambling in your journal for like old-timey intellectuals and people who want to pretend to be intellectuals real hard, that is going away too. Like now, if you want to put your thoughts somewhere, like I journal, I write, but kind of the default thing, if I want to put my emotions somewhere, if I want to put my thoughts somewhere, I reach for videos now. That is just how people work now. That is just how society functions. We are used to looking, or at least having a picture in the background, like accompanying the speech. And yeah, like it's the technology is getting more and more accessible. Like look at my new setup. Like this is just this cost me like $100. The lav mic, the Steadicam, and the smartphone. And I used to like, this is very easy. This is like this would have been impossible like 20 years ago for me just to take this lightweight of a rig and bringing hiking with me. And yeah, that's where we are now, and that's where video essays exist in this space. It's not just a business venture. It's not just you know, a fancy way to present your content. Like that, this is the default medium now. Like if I want to ramble, if I want to tell someone, like I don't send letters anymore. I've never sent letters. I'm not of the age. I only sent letters when I was a kid. And yeah, I journal, but I mostly just send my insane ramblings on the internet. And sometimes I record myself and I don't put it anywhere. And yeah, that is just what we do now. And I think analyzing video essays solely from the point of view of business and from all of these like very practical means, like is it informative? Is it well researched? Is it, you know, is it high quality? Is it political? Like, but it's not all that, you know, like, yes, ideally, if you're putting like educational content, if you're trying, like, if you're presenting yourself as like this person who is like an authority, as like you're teaching somebody, yeah, would be good to like research things, but I think most of these video essays and commentary videos are not that. I don't think they are like our informational diet. I think they are emotional by design. Like this is a communication method. In the age of parasocial relationships, that is how we maintain those parasocial relationships. That is how we get to know each other without like actually getting to know each other. And yeah, a lot of people are crying madness and that it's all going to erode our human relationships and all of that. But I don't know. I find that recording myself have brought me closer to people that I would never have been close in any other situation. Like I have my old friend who I've been friends with since I was 12, but we have never met. He lives in a different city in Russia, and we just never met. And now, like, we send video messages to each other when we talk, and yeah, like, he shows me his apartment, and he's just, you know, he's recording himself in his car, just a long video message on like how he's doing, what he thinks, what's the relationship situation is. And you know, like, I sent him one back where I'm on my couch and I am rambling about like the state of healthcare in this country. That is just what it is now. And it kind of a little bit, no, like, I'm gonna be real, like, it kind of hurts my feelings when people start talking shit about like these kinds of video essays when you do particular, like, this is like, this is half commentary, half video essay, but the lines are blurred anyway. I'm kind of annoyed when people start talking shit, like, even if you're making some money off of it, like, I don't think you should always treat it as like a scientific project or as journalism, because oftentimes it's more like journaling. It's more like writing a letter that everybody can read. And yeah, that is just what we do. And a lot of the things that were not meant, to be public, have been made public after the deaths of all of these like historical like philosophers, writers, and scientists, and so on. Like if you look at the old-timey people, they had like their letters published, their diaries published. Like you can, you know, like the text of like modern Stoicism. That people really like to read is like Marcus Aurelius' Meditations, and that was never meant to be read by anybody. That is just basically he's writing to himself for himself. And but now we live in a different time. We're just kind of public by default. When you go outside, when you go out just to the store, just to throw out your fucking trash, you are well aware that you might be recorded, that somebody might take a picture of you. Everything you say online, a lot of the things you do online, a lot of your data is recorded. And I think because, especially my generation, because we are so used to being in public all of the time, we kind of default to making our thoughts public, because nothing feels private anymore anyway. And also, yeah, like the loneliness epidemic, like the general, like everybody's so lonely, and speaking to the unknown, to people on the internet, even though I know like probably who's watching this, is a little better than like trying to run after your friends that are going through stuff in their lives and you know, might not have time for you, or might reject you, or not understand you. And yeah, you kind of opt out of like keeping things private and like in your kitchen. Some things you still keep in your kitchen, like you're not gonna catch me talking politics until I move out of Russia, at least. But you will not catch me talking politics publicly. But you know, like a lot of things, you just make things public out of habit, because that's just life now. And yeah, I don't think we should be judging the world harshly on this. I don't think we should be judging creators and consumers of this kinds of content too harshly. And I really think that with like business side of video essays and commentary and stuff kind of struggling, and people becoming a bit more disillusioned and maybe mistrustful of the medium, might actually be good for it in long term. Because if we stop thinking about it as just this business venture, as this, oh, I'm gonna be famous on YouTube, like, you know, like if you watch my older videos, I like plug my fucking boosty. It's dead, by the way. Like if you wanna, don't. But at some point, you let go of this idea that an essay, that a commentary, that this video, this sort of video message to no one in particular is like a piece of content that you need to market. And once you let go of this idea and you start treating this as a letter, as a journal piece, I think those are like kind of the best ones. Like, don't get me wrong, I love an educational video essay. I like to be like given like information that is well packaged and well made and well produced and well presented. But I also like, I watch a bunch of smaller channels where it's just somebody is just sharing their feelings on things. And those are the kind of essays that I make. Like, I don't really like, that's not my thing, to make an accurate analysis, like to make like this very official, very serious analysis of a piece of media or whatever. No, I'm just putting my feelings in there. Like, this is just all how I feel. Like, my feelings don't care about your facts. That's just the reality of it. Like, whenever I write an essay that I make for like whenever I write a script, like for a while, for a couple of months recently, I've been like getting really mad at myself for the writing that I did in the past, because it kind of was going nowhere, because like a serious like academic essay has to argue a point, kind of like I'm doing here, to be honest. But it has to have a stance. But the videos that I made and will probably make again are just kind of more vague pieces of creative writing with like a visual component to them, because I want people to see my face. I want people to like be closer to me in that way. They are like fully emotional. Like, I'm trying to make a person watching feel the same thing that made me write it. And that's, I don't know, I feel like this is a lot more difficult to criticize. And yeah, I don't know, I'm looking forward to video essays. I don't think the medium is dead. I don't think it's like in a crisis or anything. I'm just, I don't know. If you're thinking about making video essays, like, do it. People might not watch them. Like, if you want to do it as a business venture, don't. But if you want to do it as a means of self-expression, as a way to make a thing, to complete a thing, and to put things out of your mind somewhere else, where somebody might use them, or maybe nobody will care, but they're going to be outside of you now, and they're not going to be like eating away at you from the inside. And yeah, I guess that's all I wanted to say. And I have 3 hours to get to the place that I need to go, and it's all the way over there. So I'm barely halfway there. Now I'm gonna be so fucked if I'm gonna be late, because it's the only train out of here until tomorrow. So yeah, like watch the B-roll, as I'm gonna film a bit more when I get there, if I have the time. But yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Let me know what you think on video essays. Like, I know you're gonna probably like, if somehow you don't know me, you can go have a conversation in the group chat in Discord. Like, it's gonna be linked in the description. But I don't get a lot of like new people. Like, I haven't gotten any new people from my videos. It's all of the same crew of my online friends. So I don't know, guys. What do you think? What do you think about video essays and the state of video essays and commentary videos? And like, is it a business? Do we have a responsibility to make them a certain way? Like, how does YouTube as a platform come into it? How do other creators come into it? I feel like I could have done it a little better if, you know, I've actually scripted it. But I know if I script something, I'll never finish it. Like I'm not feeling like script writing these days. What do you think about the lav mic? I know everybody hated my audio in all of the old videos. Is this better? Should I keep the lav mic? What do you think about the video? What do you think about the phone footage, the stabilizer footage? What do you think about the rambling format? You know, just talk to me. And I guess I'll see you whenever I feel like making a new video, which might not be soon, because it's just the kind of life that we're living these days. Like I feel like making videos, but I also don't feel like making videos, you know? Just tired. Just so tired. And so busy. All right, I better head back. Well, head forward technically. I haven't been there today. And I still have my second sandwich. All right.